a.m. to 11 a.m. Absolute Radio for the funnest way to start your day. The Carnival Breakfast Show. Dig in.
It is a beautiful morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Breakfast Show, coming to you from Carnival Radio. And this is Newspaper Review. I am Joseph Oyukola. Good morning and welcome once again. This morning on Newspaper Review, I came with different newspapers, and each of them with interesting headlines. I have the Punch with me, I have the Vanguard newspaper, and I have the Post newspaper. To begin the news and details, here are the headlines. Over 600 pupils, teachers abducted despite a 145 billion naira safe school scheme. Cocoa farmers raise concern over persistent price volatility. Police launch manhunt as gunmen abduct Adilabu's sister, nephews. And now to the news and details. No fewer than 603 students and teachers have been kidnapped in 7 mass abductions across schools in Nigeria between March 2024 and May 2026 under President Bola Tinubu, as poor implementation of the 145 billion naira Safe School initiative exposes pupils to armed attacks. The repeated attacks have raised concerns over the effectiveness of the school safety program initiative introduced after the 2014 Chibok schoolgirls abduction, with stakeholders blaming weak implementation, lack of infrastructure, and poor security presence in many schools. Development has triggered renewed concerns over the safety of learning environment across the country. A media tally of reported incidents across Kaduna, Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger, Kogi, Borno, and Oyo State shows that the victims were abducted in coordinated school raids by armed groups, with stakeholders warning that the crisis reflects the weakening implementation of school protection policies. The figure, which covers only major mass abductions, may be higher if isolated incidents involving primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions are included. This news was sourced from the Punch newspaper. Over 600 pupils, teachers abducted despite a 145 billion naira safe school scheme. In another news, the Cocoa and Coffee Farmers Alliance Association of Africa has identified persistent market volatility as one of the biggest threats to the sustainable development of Africa's cocoa sector, warning that fluctuating prices continue to undermine farmers' livelihoods and slow investment across the value chain. In a statement on Wednesday, speaking ahead of the Cocoa and Coffee Fiesta Lagos, Nigerian 2026, scheduled for October 7 and 8, the global president, Kosefa Adiola Degoke, said African cocoa farmers have demonstrated remarkable resilience despite years of unstable prices that have adversely affected income, productivity, and sectoral growth. According to him, Africa remains the world's leading cocoa producing region, accounting for about 70% of global output, yet many farmers continue to struggle with low and unpredictable returns on their investments. The group noted that while cocoa producing countries such as Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Cameroon, and Nigeria have sustained global supply for decades, farmers often bear the burden of market shocks and price instability. This news was sourced from the Vanguard newspaper. Cocoa farmers raise concern over persistent price volatility. In another development, the York State Police Command has launched an investigation to the abduction of the younger sister of former Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, Mrs. Busayo John Paul, and her twin sons, Peter and Paul. Busayo, a 43-year-old, and her 12-year-old sons were abducted by gunmen around 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday, while she was taking the children to school on Ring Road, Ibadan. Confirming the incident, the State Police Public Relations Officer, Olayinka Yanlade, said the command had deployed tactical teams and other rescues sources to secure the victims' release and arrest the perpetrators. Also, the police also appealed to residents to provide useful information that could assist ongoing investigations. Earlier, one of Adelabu's media heads, Femi Awogboro, confirmed the abduction in a statement. This news was sourced from the Post newspaper. Police launch manhunt as gunmen abduct Adelabu's sister, nephews. On to the last news on newspaper review this morning. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NEC) has approved a special compensation package for eligible Band A electricity customers affected by power supply shortfalls caused by grid generation constraints between February and March 2026. In a public notice issued on Thursday, the Commission said the directive became necessary following significant generation shortages across the Nigerian electricity supply industry. NESI, which hindered distribution companies, discourse from delivering the committed service levels to some Band A customers. According to NEC, the shortfalls were largely caused by inadequate gas supply and vandalism of critical gas and transmission infrastructure, factors beyond the direct control of the discos. The Commission said the compensation scheme covers the period from February to March 2026. Under the directive, Band A feeders that recorded an average daily supply of about 18 to 20 hours will continue to be compensated under the existing framework contained in Addendum number NEC 2024-003 for both maximum demand (MD) and non-maximum demand non-MD customers. For Band A feeders that received less than 18 hours of electricity supply, NEC said the affected feeders would not be downgraded during the covered period. Instead, eligible non-MD customers will receive compensation equivalent to 20% of the approved February 2026 energy cap applicable to their feeders, while MD customers will receive compensation equivalent to 20% of the average energy billed per MD customers. In February 2026, the Commission further stated that the prepaid milk customers will receive the compensation through token credit, while postpaid customers will benefit through bill adjustments. This news was sourced from The Nation newspaper. Electricity. NEC approves special compensation for Band A customers. To bring the newspaper review to a close this morning, here is the recap of headlines. Over 600 pupils, teachers abducted despite a $145 billion Naira's Safe School scheme. Cocoa farmers raise concern over persistent price volatility. Police launch manhunt as government abduct Adelabu's sister, nephews. Electricity, NEC approves special compensation for Band A customers. I would like to have come to the end of newspaper review. Thank you very much for listening. You can download Carnival Media app from Google Play Store and Apple iOS. You can also check our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. My name remains Joseph Oyokola. Good morning and please do well to enjoy the rest of your day.